What's burning? What's burning? What's burning with KB?
It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in. It is What's Burnin' on another beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks. If you haven't been here in a while, I highly recommend you get down here and have some fun with us because we're always doing great stuff on Lake TV with this program, all of our other programs, Community Spotlight, Cup of Coffee. We've got high school football coming up. Speaking of high school football, we're going to have some time to talk with Chris Schneider a little bit later on in the program. But first, we're going to talk to two they will be new members of the Shootout Hall of Fame, Micheal Wagner, Tony Wagner. We're going to be talking Punkin' Chunkin' Palooza, a big event coming up in the month of September at Ozarks Amphitheater, the Laurie Sunrise Beach Rotary Club. Well, these folks are all over it, so make sure you listen in. After our talk with Chris, I'll do some news and notes, going to talk a little bit about this outlet mall situation in Osage Beach. Also, if that's not enough, we're going to head out to Ozarks Cat and Canine to meet the lovely little kitten. Her name is Dandelion, and she could use a good home. How about it, folks? When you see her, you're just going to melt and fall in love. It's just that simple. I want to thank our title sponsor, SRG Financial Advisors, Ozark Barge and Dock, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, and the official bottled water of What's Burnin'. It is none other than Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks. Oh, so refreshing on a hot day at the lake or anytime you just want to kick back and relax. We've got a whole lot of good stuff coming up on this edition of What's Burnin'. Don't move.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work-optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it did.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds and Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Hey, we're glad to have you with us here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. And from time to time, we get the opportunity to talk to people who are extremely involved in our community, like these two crazy people next to me, Tony and Micheal Wagner, who we're glad to have both of you with us here on this beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks. And we've actually got something we want to say, and I don't know if it's been done yet, but an official congratulations to both Micheal and Tony for being inducted as part of the class of 2022 in the Shootout Hall of Fame. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much. Very humbling.
We were talking a little bit about some of the things that they've done with the Shootout, and they said next year they'd really like to pick up trash and empty out porta potties. And I don't know where that came from, but anybody on the Shootout committee? Are you guys on the Shootout committee?
No.
Anybody on the Shootout committee? You might want to sign them up. Actually, what we're going to talk about is an event coming up here very, very soon. It's been a fun event. It's been just wonderful being able to let the community in and have some more fun out at Ozarks Amphitheater. It is Pumpkin, now is it Pumpkin, P-U-N-K, or Pumpkin Chunkin' Palooza?
No second P, Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. P-U-N.
Pumpkin.
K-I-N. Pumpkin. 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 We'll get that worked out later. Pumpkin Chunkin' Palooza. And let's talk a little bit about, first off, this is something that is sponsored by the Laurie Sunrise Beach Rotary Club, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long have you guys been involved with it? Let's talk a little bit about the club, then we'll talk about the event. How's that?
Okay. Well, we've been involved with the club since about 2016 with Laurie Sunrise Beach Rotary Club, but they've been around for 25 or plus years.
Yeah.
They started the Westlake Aquatic Center up in Laurie, and a lot of good people with big hearts, and it's just great to be part of their group.
Just a little side note, Westlake Aquatic Center, don't go there and do cannonballs at the pool. They don't appreciate that. Don't ask me how I know. Well, let's move on. So you guys have been involved with this group, and obviously you've been involved, and your notes are here, so I'm going to steal your notes for just a minute so I say it right. Pumpkin Chunkin' Palooza. All right, I won't do that again. But this is a great event because it's another opportunity for families to get together and have a good time. And who would have ever thought that we would have high school kids and other interested parties putting together these trebuchets and shooting the pumpkins as far as they possibly can, and then it would become such a stiff competition. Like anything else, I mean, after a while, probably the first year or so, it was fun. Now it's like serious as a heart attack, you know what I mean? So let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, it started in 2016, and we had one trebuchet, and that was the Rotary clubs.
Right.
It started out as the four lake area Rotary clubs joined together to start this event.
Sure.
And then we held it for about 3 years, and the other clubs were busy with their activities. Our club felt that it was important enough to keep it going, and so our club elected to keep doing it just as our club. Mm-hmm. And it's a great fundraiser. It's a great fall activity. Lots of things to do for the kiddos, and one thing that's nice about it is once you buy your entry pass, almost everything in there is no cost other than food and beverages.
Right.
So,
and you bring in some local folks doing like food trucks or something, or
right.
Yeah.
We do. We have several food trucks who come in. The Rotary has a little concession stand. We sell some drinks and goodies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice though, you get food trucks, they roll in, do their thing, and roll right out. Yeah, there's no fuss, no muss. And then of course things like the petting zoo and entertainment. There's going to be a talent show. I had a chance to talk to Heather Link a little bit, and we're going to talk to her some more. But I guess it's called the Lake's Got Talent talent show, something like that.
Yeah, Lake of the Ozarks Got Talent,
Okay.
and that's going to be the evening before this year.
Okay.
As last year it was a one-day event, but we're doing the talent show the night before, and then the Pumpkin Chunkin' Palooza will be during the day. And yeah, lots of kids' activities. Like you mentioned, the petting zoo, there's face painters.
The pirate show, the magic show.
The pirate show, the magic show. I know you have Captain Scallywag out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Personal friend of mine. Yeah. Personal
Good guy.
friend of mine. Yeah. When I need somebody to board another boat or something like that, I send him out with the pirate ship, and it normally works out pretty well. Anyway, the fact of the matter is this is a great fundraiser, and you do raise a lot of money off of this event, and then you provide local charities, local groups, local organizations with some much needed funding.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year's event, the charities are Share the Harvest, the food pantry right here in Greenview, and then Lake Area Industries. They've always been a charity that we support.
Sure.
And then the West Lake Aquatic Center.
Outstanding.
So.
No cannonballs. Remember that. Now, you mentioned the folks in your Rotary Club have a trebuchet.
Used to.
Used to.
Right. Well,
I'm thinking you guys did something wrong and got to take it away, right?
well,
No?
actually, what we did is we allowed one of the other teams to use it because we weren't using it. It was just that first year to get it started and get it rolling, and so we let one of the other teams use it to get them started.
Don't let Michael fool you. They used to go to other Rotary Club meetings and chuck pumpkins at the other Rotary clubs while they were meeting with their trebuchet. And that's kind of hard to get in someplace because that thing's pretty big.
Yeah.
Are you at all impressed by watching some of these other groups that have been involved? Because it's not just showing up with a trebuchet and shooting the pumpkin as far as you can possibly shoot it. There's a lot involved. There's math, there's science. So, and I've had the opportunity to interview some of these schools in the past, and I got to tell you, it's really an opportunity for these kids to learn a lot. Obviously, they want to win, but it's a learning experience as well. And I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to any of these kids or their teachers when they get involved.
Well, I haven't personally, but Andrew Rankin, he's in charge of the trebuchet area, and he's got it to where it's not just building the trebuchet. Sometimes they do videos promoting the sponsors of their particular trebuchet and things of that nature. There's also a team spirit kind of camaraderie thing that they have, and so it's really neat to see.
It is neat to see. I think it's really cool that these kids go to great lengths along with their teachers to sit down and design it and then build it. And as you mentioned, they get sponsors because I don't think lumber is free these days.
No, it's not. Lumber has gotten tremendously expensive. The Rotary Club, we do have a little bit of financial help we can offer to the teams.
That's awesome.
To get them going, to build their trebuchet. And we do have some plans that we can share with them so that they don't have to start absolutely from scratch.
Do you keep them like in a
Well,
vault
these are
someplace?
in a locked vault, absolutely.
Don't let their honest faces fool you, folks. If they can go down and start trouble with another Rotary Club, they're going to do it. That's just how it works. But again, what a great event, and I guess it's probably important. We've talked about some of the events to give out dates and times and things like that. The Lake of the Ozarks has got talent. That event is on a Friday evening?
Friday evening, the 23rd. And then Pumpkin Chunkin' Palooza is Saturday from 10 to 4 on the 24th of September.
Right.
The gates will open at 6 o'clock on Friday night for the Lake of the Ozarks Got Talent show, and the performances start at 7. And there will be performances by 10 contestants. The audience will vote after those 10 and pick the top 5. And after an intermission, those 5 will perform again, and then the top 3 will be chosen by the audience again. It's all audience chosen. There are no official judges that determine who's going to win. It's all audience.
Yeah, so I guess if you get involved and you don't win, you have the audience to blame because the judges don't exist. I mean, they don't have to worry about hightailing it out of the county when it's over. And so it's not like a one and done for a lot of the folks. They have an opportunity to perform and then get judged, and some of them come back, and then you whittle it down to the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, was it last year a young lady won? She was a singer?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Mhm.
And she was awful darn good.
She was.
She was pretty
Chelsea
good.
Witt was her name.
Yeah. And so Chelsea's probably, she's got the bragging rights for this last year if she wants to come back and compete again. But I know I don't know if they're still taking auditions for
No,
for
they've
this
already
one?
picked the top 10 and the alternates for this year.
So there's always next year, folks, so don't worry about that. And you mentioned there's an entry fee for folks. They buy the pass and they can come in and...
There's an entry fee for the performers
Right.
for their audition.
Right.
There is no entry fee for folks to come in and watch the show.
Okay.
If they want to vote for someone, they can buy a ballot.
Okay.
or
and-
2 or 10.
Or 20, 30, however much support they want to offer to their chosen contestant.
Right.
They can certainly, but it's all done by ballot, and those ballots have to be purchased. $20, that's 2 rounds of voting.
Outstanding. So again, and the entry fee on Saturday, what does it cost folks to get in?
It's $8 for adults, $5 for children 6 to 12. Children under 5 are free. You
Outstanding.
can get a family pass for up to 6 family members, family of 6, for $20.
Outstanding.
So you can get in for $20 and go get your face painted and go jump on bounce houses. Well, you and I can't.
No.
Pet the animals, do all sorts of things. So
There's lots of games too in the children's area available.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a huge fan of the petting zoo. I just am.
Yeah.
I just am. They bring in some really cool animals.
it's exotic animals, yes.
It's not some cat that they stuck a little extra fur on and called it like a mongoose or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a garter snake that they've said, oh, this is a baby king cobra. He doesn't look like a baby. He will when he gets older. Don't worry about it. It's a fun event. It's a great event. It is put on by the Laurie Sunrise Beach Rotary, a number of other contributing sponsors. I'm sure you got a lot of people on board.
Yeah, I got to mention Above and Beyond Roofing. They've been the title sponsor since the inception of the event, so we obviously couldn't do it without them. So a huge shout out to Above and Beyond Roofing. But we do have tons of sponsors. So visit our website, pumpkinchunkinpalooza.com, and notice our sponsors and support them in the community.
Let's do it one more time. The dates for the events, Friday night.
September 23rd.
And then, of course, Pumpkin Chunkin' on...
September 24th.
Yeah, okay, very good. And you can get the family pass and individual passes to get in and have a nice time, have fun with the family. It's a great kind of a... right there around the beginning of fall festival, so who knows if the leaves will be turning. Mother Nature, she's been throwing a wrench in the works for the whole year, so I can't make any guarantees. But it's a nice time, it's a great time, it's a fun time. Go out to the Ozarks Amphitheater. Hey, thanks to them for the location, I guess, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's a great location for us to do the event.
It raises money for a lot of great causes. You mentioned Share the Harvest. Also, Lake Area Industries, and who else?
Westlake Aquatic Center.
Westlake Aquatic Center. And what did you wanted to say?
Did you want to mention that this year the
Go ahead.
layout of the event is going to be just a little bit different on Saturday?
Okay.
In the past, we've been kind of scattered we've taken up most of the amphitheater grounds.
Right.
This year, we're actually going to consolidate down and be outside of the amphitheater proper, but in that lower parking area, typically where the trebuchet area is anyway.
Sure.
The trebuchets will still be there, but all of our activities are going to be right down there in the same area. Going to minimize the amount of time and distance that people have to travel to see everything that's going on.
I don't know. I could use the exercise.
Well, there is that. But I think it'll make it better.
I want to thank Tony and Micheal Wagner for the great job that you folks continue to do volunteering your time, all the volunteers involved in this event. And again, congratulations on being inducted into the class of 2022 for the Shootout Hall of Fame. You two are awesome, great supporters of the community, and you could probably get involved with these folks. It wouldn't take a whole lot. Stick around. We've got more coming up. It is What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work-optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Want to get to know local leaders better? Join Lake TV for the COMC Community Spotlight Show weekdays at 9:02 a.m., 3:02 and 7:02 p.m. Chris Schneider talks with local leaders to find out more about them and their organizations. It's the COMC Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
It's time to talk a little sports here on What's Burnin'. We don't do a whole lot of that, but when we do, there's only one person in the world that we would go to, and that's the man to my immediate left, your right, and he's always right. It's Chris Schneider.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
Another exciting year, high school football on the verge of happening. Jamborees all over the place to kind of get everybody primed and ready. Now, you young athletes, make sure that you hydrate because we don't want to stop the game every 5 minutes for cramps. So
that's right.
Anyway,
you can have yourself some Culligan water.
Absolutely, the official bottled water.
Cheers.
Hi-oh. Let's take a drink or two or three.
That's delicious.
We've got high school football coming up here very soon, and it is a good time to maybe give a little bit of a preview as to some of the teams that Lake TV is obviously going to be featuring this year. So you've had an opportunity as well to sit down with some of the coaches. You'll have more opportunities for folks to see that. And of course, we're going to be doing those classic games for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lake TV, we've got our high school football schedule. Our first game is on September 2nd. That's Warsaw and Versailles. So we'll be doing Versailles home games, several of them throughout the year. Osage, Eldon, Camdenton, California games this year. So the local teams will be doing some of their games. Ought to be fun. And we've got the coaches show every week. Now that plays Tuesdays through Fridays because they play the games Friday night. And so we've got Camden coach Jeff Shore. And Osage coach Shannon Jolly, we talk to them every week, and we've already talked to them as we get ready for game number 1 of the season. And of course, the Lakers open on the road. I think 4 of their first 5 are on the road this year.
At least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3.
First 3 in a row on the road. And the first one at Rolla, and that was a good Rolla team last year that beat the Lakers.
It's amazing because when you get a reputation, as the Lakers have over the years, everybody's gunning for you.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody is gunning for you. And they study that film extra hard prior to the game, where are their strengths, where are their weaknesses, who do we have to watch, what are some of the things that they do. You know, they run that nice little what they call the Roach, what is it? The Roach Rambler?
Ramblin' Roach or
Ramblin'
something like
Roach
that.
or something like that. That running package where they have one of the big linemen come in, they actually hand off, and everybody just pushes forward, and hopefully that that lineman who is the running back squirts out at some point, and if it's something as simple as maybe a 3rd and short, whatever. And I've seen this work, and it's very, very impressive to watch.
Yeah. Well, you know, and Camdenton has that wild and crazy offense. You know, the real fast-paced, a lot of passes, spread offense. And I talked to Jeff, and, you know, they've got all that. And Bear Shore's a senior this year, supposedly one of the top players in the state. He was last year, and they're hoping he has another great year this year. But a lot of it's going to come down to defense, as it always does.
Yeah, it is really going to be important that the Lakers do what they can to, no pun intended, shore up that defense and make an impact. If they can keep their opponents really on I guess if you want to call it the minus side of the field, not the plus side of the field, it's going to do them a lot of favors and certainly get them out there with that offense. Some of the other teams that we're looking at as well, you mentioned teams like Versailles and Warsaw.
Yeah, so Versailles and Warsaw is our first game on Lake TV, and that's Friday night, September 2nd. Versailles ought to be better this year. I mean, they didn't have a great record last year, but they really made a big jump in improvement. They had got a new coach, Warren Seitz, last year, former Mizzou quarterback, an NFL player, and he's really turning that program around. Look for them to be a lot better this year and in years to come. So we're excited about Versailles. We're excited about Osage, the Indians. Shannon Jolly's in his 2nd year back with Osage. They too kind of struggled last year, but Shannon Jolly's a great coach. He's won a lot of division titles over the years, district titles, and so he's going to have that team better, playing better. Eldon made the playoffs, won a playoff game last year. They had a really good season.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how the Mustangs do this year. And California had a really good season last year as well. We'll see what's up with them. So we have some really good local teams really excited about this season ahead.
You get into a situation where maybe you have a slow start, but as you get into the middle of the season, you really start to pick up momentum. And then you're coming on by the playoffs. And that is really, I think, the hope of a lot of coaches, especially when you've got a lot of new guys and you're trying to really find that groove, that vibe that really everybody focuses on. But one of the nice things that I've always enjoyed about watching high school football is the camaraderie and the way these kids work so hard together that even a team that doesn't necessarily have a winning season, maybe a 500 season going something like that, but they still want to go out there every week and play hard for their coaches.
Oh, yeah. Well, and these kids are making lifelong memories. I mean, these are their high school football years, and they'll remember each of these games and the camaraderie with the guys. They're just things that they will never forget that happened. And the way Missouri does high school football is kind of cool, kind of unique, where everybody makes the playoffs.
Right.
Everybody will go into the postseason with at least one game. So, in a lot of states, that doesn't happen. You have to qualify to make the playoffs. So here, if you do get hot the second half of the season and you really start to play well, you find that magic, you go into the postseason, you've got a chance to do something. If you did lose a few of your games early on, it doesn't matter if you get hot at the end of the season, win those playoff games. There you go. It's beautiful.
And I think losing is not a bad thing early on in the season because it has the potential to ground the team. Okay, these are our strengths. These are our weaknesses. This is what we need to work on. Let's do it in practice. Let's get out there and play hard. Just give it the best possible effort that you can. And I know a lot of these football programs, the kids aren't going to play college ball.
Right.
But if they do, there's a chance that maybe they could play professionally. But it turns young kids into young men. And I've seen that again so often with the Camdenton program. A lot of these kids go on to do bigger and better things. You mentioned relationships that they build, the friendships and things. As a matter of fact, my son, one of the guys he played ball with, is going to be one of his groomsmen when he gets married next year.
Wow,
so,
there you go.
And that's just a good example of the relationships that they build. But they do build a lot of respect, and I think that's something that coaches instill in them as young men. And they go all different directions. Some of them stay here, some of them move on. But the point is that respect, that desire to be a team player. And, you're going to have standouts on a team, but essentially they're all team players and they do things as a team, or that's the hope anyway. But where were they when they started in the program? Were they fifth graders, sixth graders? Did they not get involved till freshman year or what have you? But it seems like most of these programs, they end up not only graduating them as seniors, but they take a lot with them that they've learned and utilize it as they grow.
Well, there's so much you learn in high school sports, in sports at all levels, but especially as a kid in middle school, high school, because you learn how to win in life and you learn how to lose in life.
Very important.
Maybe
more important.
Oh yeah, you learn how to play hurt in life. I mean, all of these things are microcosms of life that these kids are learning, hopefully with good coaches, and if you can learn that stuff on the football field or the basketball court or track and field or whatever sport you're in, then it helps life going forward because you've learned how to win. I mean, that you don't get too full of yourself, because at some point you're going to lose, right? You're going to have to deal with that. So it's just a great way for kids to learn.
Losing during the regular season is tough, but losing during the playoffs is even tougher, especially if you're a senior.
Yeah.
And we've seen it plenty of times when you get to the playoffs, you win and you're in, you lose and you're done. And it's how they learn to handle that adversity. It's how they learn to handle, as you said, losing, which is so very important because, it's not the end of the world. And that is essentially one of those things where we talk about how a lot of people today in this day and age that we live in, everybody gets a trophy, a participation trophy. Well, that's not the case, and we know that. Everybody gets an attaboy and a pat on the back, but...
not necessarily in life.
No,
right?
No, not at all. But again, Chris, why don't we kind of review what it is that you've got going on, if you want to run down some of the games. I know it starts on September the 2nd.
September 2nd is our first game. It's actually the second week of the season, so that's Warsaw at Versailles. On September 9th, Versailles at Eldon. On the 16th, Eldon at Osage. That's a great rivalry. On September 23rd, Osage at California. On September 30th, Bolivar at Camdenton. So Lake TV's back at Camdenton this year. Looking forward to that. Into October on the 7th, we've got California at Versailles. On October 14th, Lebanon and Camdenton. That ought to be fun at the Jaws of Death.
The Yellow Jackets during the regular season will be playing at the JOD, Bob Shore Stadium.
That's right. And then our final game of the regular season is Versailles at Osage, and then we'll go into the playoffs. And, of course, we don't know what the playoffs are yet. Probably a Camdenton Lakers playoff game or 2 or 3 maybe.
Let's hope.
That would be great.
Jeff Shore would like to go out on top. Certainly he's retiring this year as his son Bear is graduating. And it's going to be a very sentimental year, a very emotional year for Jeff, I'm sure. As, when he started this gig a lot of years ago, that, he was hoping to take the team to a variety of different places. I think he's done that. He certainly graduated from his father's method of play, got that spread offense out there. But one thing we definitely want to say, good luck to all the teams, good luck to all the coaches. Have a great and successful year, and you can catch, a whole mess of great high school football action right here on Lake TV. We'll take a quick break. Thank you, Chris.
You bet. Anytime.
Absolutely, sir. And we're back with more of What's Burnin', of course, on Lake TV.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Join Lake TV every Tuesday and Friday evening at 8:30 for the Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. You'll see some of the greatest games featuring the Lakers, Indians, Mustangs, Tigers, and Pintos from over the years. Join us Tuesday and Friday evening for the Lake TV Classic Game of the Week.
Hey, it's KB back here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV, and from time to time, we like to spread the good news about what folks are doing in our community to help others around the lake, around the state, around the country, and possibly even around the world. Wanted to send out a shout out to some folks over at the Sunrise Bible Church in Sunrise Beach, collecting items to assist the victims of the Kentucky flood disaster. We did get hit hard, and of course even as recently as the last couple of days by some rain. And almost 1 foot of rain caused rivers to overflow and devastate an area located in eastern Kentucky. More than 1,300 people have been rescued. At least 39 people have lost their lives and thousands have been displaced. So these wonderful folks will be collecting items of all different size and variety, furnishings and a number of other things, cleaning supplies, personal hygiene items. And again, I will say, if it's something that you wouldn't use yourself, don't drop it off at the church. But again, cleaning supplies, hygiene items, and some basic necessities for these folks. And don't forget the pets, if you want to maybe contribute some pet food or something along those lines. The drop-off days, 8:30 to noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 until 6 on Wednesdays. Alternate days, if these times do not fit your schedule, you can leave items in the bin outside the church door. And again, the deadline for drop-off is noon on Friday, August the 26th, and that is at the Sunrise Bible Church, and I believe they do include the address if you're not familiar with the location. It is 17184 North State Highway 5 in Sunrise Beach. You can give online if you'd like to do so by debit or credit card at sunrisebible.org. If you need more information, call my good friend Janet Dabbs at 573-873-5252. 58. Much has been said about the recent decision regarding the Osage Beach, the outlet mall in Osage Beach, and there looked to be some hope, some life being breathed into this particular situation. We had some developers on board, we had the city on board, and the stopping point was apparently a TIF. And even though the TIF Commission gave their blessing as a unanimous decision was made by the TIF Commission in this particular instance, the city apparently at the last moment, or maybe they were having some concerns as far as where they were at on this thing, decided to say, no, we're not going to approve a TIF, and that essentially pulled the plug on this particular project. TIF, what is a TIF? Tax increment financing, which is a common tool, and maybe too common in some instances, because I think a lot of times TIFs are being used in ways that are not necessarily what they are supposed to be used for. Initially, TIFs were put together as a way to develop areas that are blighted. Now, everyone has kind of their own definition of blighted and what that means. Some folks are a little on the easier side of blighted. Other folks do understand and realize when something is blighted and they want to redevelop it and they want to put it back out there. It draws people to the community. It helps in a variety of different ways with taxes and the like. And I think this particular instance, maybe there was just a little of apprehension on the side of the city. And the city, I think they were being good stewards at this particular time because, of course, they've had a lot of successful TIFs. Pruitt's Point, the Deerbergs area where they had that. Walmart got a TIF to build there in Osage Beach as well. But some folks, among them City Attorney Ed Rucker, and this is a direct quote from LakeExpo.com, voiced fears that the city might be left on the hook if the project fell through and the bonds couldn't be repaid. The city also, in a letter penned by new Mayor Micheal Harmison, said it was worried that some of the bonds were pre-construction bonds, essentially giving developers millions of dollars before ground had been broken. And I think it is within reason that cities in this day and age, especially what we're going through as far as an economy that is very unstable, inflation the way that it is, maybe the city essentially took the time to look at this and just say, you know what? We don't want to do it right now. Maybe there's an opportunity down the road, but scare tactics don't make some people change their minds. In certain circumstances, it certainly does. But the one thing that you can't be assured of when it comes to TIFs, folks, is that the project is going to be completed as they had said it would be completed. There are also situations with TIFs where most folks don't have a crystal ball, and it's hard to say whether or not after they developed the project, that the outlet mall itself would grow as anticipated. Hotels, condos, they had entertainment, on board. And really, in the long term, I think a lot of people could have maybe done a little bit more work to get investors involved. Get investors involved. Don't say that the TIF is going to come in and be the end-all, do-all, that it's going to solve the problem. Because certainly we can see around this area that people are having a hard time hiring folks now. A lot of businesses are in a position where they don't necessarily stay open 5, 6, 7 days a week. They have to close due to lack of employees. So maybe the city, being the good stewards that they are, decided to put this one on a shelf, tighten their belts a little bit. They're going to go back and look at the TIF regulations, and maybe, just maybe down the road, something can happen. I still think there's hope for the outlet mall. I think with the right plan, the right approach, this can be something that we definitely get off the ground. So folks, don't give up hope. It's Osage Beach. It's the Lake of the Ozarks, and when we want something, we find a way. That's just how it works. Coming back with more, including, I think our furry friends on Lake TV and What's Burnin'.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
While the financial services industry for years has focused on products, pricing, and performance, or things we refer to at SRG as the how, our focus for our clients has always been around their why. And without fail, over all these years, those whys have centered around family, occupation, and recreation. Think legacy issues, retirement, or achieving a work optional lifestyle, and checking off those important things on that recreational bucket list. Our foundational approach remains a focus on the things that matter most to our clients and the things that together we can control. And where those two things overlap, that's where we live and work every day. That's SRG Financial and the mile marker formula.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock now celebrating 35 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 35 years.
Hey, this is Matt Stillwell, and I'm looking forward to coming back to Lake of the Ozarks for Flinkin' Fest 2022 at Bear Bottom Resort. It's going to be a party you don't want to miss.
Hey, it's KB here at Ozarks Cat and Canine, and man, oh man, do we have a sweet little gift of love. She's soft, she's furry, she loves to purr, she's a beautiful little kitten, and her name is Dandelion, and she is a domestic short hair, and we're going to talk about her, of course, with Mary Miami Tilly. Boy, this is a hard one to put down. She might just be going home today.
Yeah.
I'll slip her in my pocket, and we'll never know. But oh my goodness, just lots of love and a little bit of a issue when she came in.
Yeah. So she was found, the person found her in the middle of the road, and she had a leg injury. Her front right paw here that she's using just fine now. She was really babying it, not walking on it, kind of holding it up like this when she'd walk. The vet checked her out, looked her over and everything, and we basically at first we just put her on crate rest for a while, give it a chance to heal, and she has started using it. She can walk on it pretty good now. Vet thinks it was probably just maybe a sprain or a strain, some kind of muscle injury or something. She does still tend to baby it just a little bit.
And they will.
Yeah, but right now we're just monitoring her. If at some point in the future that it seemed like it was causing her pain, then they would reconsider, maybe doing, removing that leg or something.
Right.
But for right now, she's doing great with it, and she's very playful and very loving.
So how are we doing as far as the amount of kittens that you have? I remember one time you told me you had 40 kittens here on site, and a lot of them are upstairs, but I guess
we
you
still have a lot of them upstairs.
slowly integrate them down in here into the cat room, and I see just about every one of these cages is full. This little guy down here, Smokey's going home, and that's good news. Maribel is still here, but we've got a few more. I see, was it Grumpy is still here?
So right now we've got everybody who is eligible for adoption is finally downstairs and ready to go. We've been dealing all summer with a ringworm outbreak.
Oh man.
So we're finally on the downslide on that. We're seeing the light at the end of the ringworm tunnel. But we still have a lot of kittens that are upstairs in our quarantine building that are waiting for that final clearance to be able to bring them down once we have room down here.
Is ringworm relatively common among cats? Is it something, I mean, because some people hear that and they freak out, but you guys take such good care of them and you make sure before any cat leaves the building that it's all gone.
Mm-hmm. And the reason we do that is because that is one of the few things that is actually, it's contagious all the way around. A human can get it, a dog can get it, a cat can get it. So if we were to send a cat home with ringworm, you yourself, your kids, your grandkids could possibly catch it from playing with the animal, and then you got to deal with that. And it's not like it's deadly or anything like that, but it's just it's a big annoyance because it's very itchy and it spreads so easy.
I hate to say this, but as a child I had ringworm one time, and I don't know how you get it, but I did, and it's a little bit of a pain, but it could be treated, so not to worry.
It's a fungus. It's very similar to like athlete's foot, and it's very common in kids. I know one of my daughters had it one time from preschool. The sleep mats that they use, because they don't always get disinfected, and kids share and all that, and they share the ringworm too. And the teacher at that time told me that it's very prominent with wrestlers, like in high school, because of being on the mats and they get all sweaty and it all spreads and everything.
You know how it goes, folks. And make sure, as Mom told you, wash behind your ears and between your legs, and you should be in good shape. And of course, again, the folks here get the assistance of the folks presenting this feature, our veterinarian at the lake, the official veterinarians of Ozark Cat and Canine. And so we know how important it is for them to come in and take a look at everything. And again, they will not send any animals home that have anything going on, like ringworm or anything else. They make sure to check them for all that. They give them their shots. If they can, they spay and neuter them.
We do.
And,
everybody leaves spayed or neutered.
Oh, really? Even this little one here?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
They can be done as early as 8 weeks old, as long as they are healthy and at a good weight for that age.
And how did she come in? Was she somebody dropped her off?
She was a stray. Somebody found her in the middle of the road.
So she's obviously maybe had a home or something like that. Does she have those tendencies? Does she kind of act like she's been in someone's home before? Or?
No, not. I mean, not necessarily. At the age that she was when she was brought in, she was just a few weeks old. So she was probably born to an outdoor mama.
I see you back there.
That hadn't gotten spayed. So.
Well, we certainly hope that if you like what you see here and you're interested in dandelion, well, give the folks here at Ozarks Cat and Canine a call and set up a time to come in. You can check them out online. And if dandelion gets adopted, by all means, come in anyway, because look at all these beautiful kittens, and Maribel is still over here, so we've got a number of cats that need a good home, and I'm sure there is a perfect fit for you right here at Ozark Cat and Canine. Again, thanks to our veterinarian at the lake for presenting this feature. We invite you to stop by hours here at the shelter, Mary.
Monday through Saturday from noon to 4.
Phone number?
573-374-2629.
You want to go 3 for 3 and give us the website?
OzarksCatandCanine.com.
Very good, folks. That's all you need to know. Come by and see what they've got going on. Check them out online. And certainly give one of these beautiful animals an opportunity to share the love that they have, that unconditional love that we know all animals have, and take some time to adopt a cat or, of course, a dog. We'll feature a dog next week, and we'll do that as part of What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey, it's Uncle Chris.
And I'm Wild Will from Slumberland at the Lake. Another packed week of Cup of Coffee.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be talking with Cherie Keeley from the CADV, Citizens Against Domestic Violence.
The mini shootout this week, you don't want to miss that.
And you've got the hometown hero again this week.
That and it's football season. We got high school, we got college with the Missouri Tigers, and the NFL, that and a whole lot more on this week's Cup of Coffee.
The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout on August 27th and 28th at Captain Ron's. The largest non-sanctioned boating event of the year takes over the Lake of the Ozarks once again. Who will win this year's coveted Top Gun? Watch while more than 100 boats compete for best in class. The shootout raised over $400,000 for local charities last year. Catch boats hitting speeds up to 195 miles per hour. Celebrate the 34th annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, powered by Performance Boat Center.
Welcome to season number 10 of Great High School Football on Lake TV. COMC brings you great games between local rivals Friday nights this fall, with pregame starting at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. September 2nd, it'll be Warsaw and Versailles. September 9th, Eldon home against the Tigers. On the 16th, Osage entertains Eldon. September 23rd, California home to Osage. And we'll close out September with Camdenton home against Bolivar. October 7th, Versailles entertains California. October 14th, Camdenton and Lebanon renew their heated rivalry. The last week of the regular season, it's Osage home to Versailles, and then come the playoffs. The COMC High School Football Game of the Week starting with the pregame show at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. Each game will have an encore showing the following Tuesday at 7:30. Here comes the 10th season of high school football on Lake TV.
Hey, it's been another great episode of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. Got to tell you, new show every Thursday, airs 7 days a week, 7:02 a.m., 5:02 p.m., and 11:02 p.m. You just got to check it out because you never know what we're going to do. Thanks to all of our great sponsors, including our title sponsor, SRG Financial Advisors, the good folks over there as well at Ozark Barge and Dock, Budget Blinds, our veterinary at the lake, and the official bottled water of What's Burnin', none other than Culligan Lake of the Ozarks. Give them a call, 573-346-5221. Lots coming up. As a matter of fact, next week, we're going to be talking to the new commander of the American Legion Post in Sunrise Beach. His name is Austin Teal. He'll be in the studio with us. We'll also get an opportunity to see another one of our furry friends, a very high-energy canine. Her name is Pepper, and it's like they gave her some peppers. I don't know, jalapenos, ghost chilies, whatever they could find. She's a handful, but she's a lot of fun, and she would make a good pet for you. We'll have more folks on here, maybe some ranting and raving, some news and notes, whatever. I want you right back here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. See ya.